We just had Christmas in July. I've been in this industry now for 12 years. I'm going to tell you my story, but something I've done I haven't done in a long time, but what I used to do with my team is every single month we did a celebration. We celebrated all of those who really gave their all to their business, who grew in their business, who rank advanced. This is going to give you a little bit of an insight of the way that our Level Up Nation team is. So I host these and I love for guests to come on just to give you a little bit of insight because listen, before I joined this industry back 12 years ago, I would have loved a little bit of insight to what team I was joining, what kind of people I was matching up with, what kind of atmosphere it was going to be. And here's what I'll tell you. And we're mixed with a whole bunch of different kinds of people from all walks of life. And you know what one person brings to the table, the other one may not. And that's why we blend so well together. Now, let me just say this. We are literally like 30 days into our launch of our new business. And so most of these women on here, I did not even know before the last maybe 30 days, 2 weeks, maybe a week, maybe 3 days ago. Some on here I have known for quite a few years, but not every one of us know each other, right? And we do only know each other through the computer. Most of us, I think I see one person that I've ever met in person on here. If you've ever been thinking about doing a business like this, can you do it? Is it fun? Is it for you? This might give you a little bit of insight. What we're going to do tonight is I'm going to share a little tidbit of my story, and then we're going to get really loud and really proud of what this team just created. And I'm going to not cry. I already told myself I'm not going to cry. But a little bit about me. My name is Sandy Humple, guys. I am 47 years old. I'm the mother of four, two biological kids, and two bonus children that came into my life when they were 5 and 6, and they are now 29 and 28. So a very, very long time ago. I live on the Gulf of Mexico. I moved here about 8 years ago from Virginia. I got started back in the network marketing industry in 2012. So a very long time ago. And I found it by accident. Okay. I owned a tanning salon at the time, and a girl came in, a friend of mine, and had been using a product and she wanted to share it with me. She's like, girl, this thing that I'm putting on my belly, like it's making my mom belly go away. And I'm loving it. I'm like, what? I have a mom belly. Where do I order this? Right. And so literally she told me this girl that she had found on Facebook. And I immediately went home and looked this girl up, went to the website, started reading the stories. And I was like, oh, I want to order this product. I want to see if that works on my mom belly. And so waited till my husband got home that night. When he got home, I was like, hey, Dave, I really want to order this product. And he was like, hey, babe, why don't you just do it as a business? I was a stay at home mom, a Navy wife. And I was busy, but my kids were 8 and 15. And so at the time, like it was starting to be not as busy. They weren't as young anymore. They were starting to provide for themselves, whatever. And I was a little bit lost at that time in my life. Like, what am I going to do? I'm a high school dropout. I was a teenage mother. I did not go to college. I do not like school. I didn't like school when I was in it. That's why I dropped out. And I did not want to go to college because I didn't want to go back to school. I also did not want to get a 9 to 5 job and leave my children because I was so used to getting them up in the morning, making them breakfast, getting them off the bus, taking them home, and then, cooking dinner, putting them to bed, all the good stuff. I didn't want to miss that. So, with being a Navy wife, I was a single mother most of my life. And so I knew if I got a 9 to 5 job just to add to like the income or to help myself, that's going to be taken away from my children. Anyways, by the grace of God, this industry was placed in my lap. And literally, I signed up and I laughed about it. I made a simple post on Facebook and I was like, guys, I don't know what I just did, but I ordered this thing for my mom belly. I'm super freaking excited about it. And I went to bed. I probably had 100 Facebook friends at the time. I went to bed, didn't think twice about it. Got up in the morning, got the kids off to school, my normal routine, and went into my messenger. And there was like 25 messages. And everyone's like, what? Where do I get it? How do I order? And I'm like, I had literally looked up some stories about people who had joined that business, who had paid like cash for Land Rovers and all these like stories at the time that were like, yeah, right. There's no way that kind of stuff happens. Go get a job like everybody else. People don't make that kind of money. That was my belief. However, when I woke up to those 25 messages, I was like, I might be onto something. Now, I just made a Facebook post Now I got 25 messages. I started getting back to these people, telling them my story. Let's fast forward a little bit, about 2 weeks later, I started making money, like instantly making money 2 weeks in this thing that I was doing on my computer. Now you got to remember this back in 2012. And I literally had fallen in love because I was like, this is something I can do before my kids get up or while they're in school or after they go to bed. And I'm bringing in an income and I can still be here for my children. Okay. Fell madly in love with that. 18 months later, retired my spouse, tripled his six-figure income. Never done this before. Had no clue what I was freaking doing. Okay. Doing it in between the times of my children. And yeah, that was the beginning of my journey. I was with that company 4.5 years until I found Modere, which was my last company. If anyone here, you know the story. I was with Modere for 8 years, at the top of the company in 90 days, and built a multi-million-dollar business there. And then April 11th came and they closed their doors on us without us knowing, took our income. And I'm a single mother with a daughter in college. And I am the breadwinner here. I pay all the bills. And I went into a frantic and didn't know what the hell I was going to do. And that was the moment that the 8 founders of Nueva, who I had been in business with for 8 years, who had been in the trenches with me, who had taught me everything that I know, as well as my team, who had helped me succeed, decided that even though they were offered millions of dollars to go to other companies and get these bridge contracts and all this BS, that what about their teams who had just lost everything that we knew? And so they decided to create Nueva. I was all in from day one, didn't know what kind of products, didn't even know what the compensation plan would be, but I knew that I trusted in these people because I had built trust with them over the last 8 years. So when they created Nueva, we were there before it was named. We were there when it was announced that they were starting their own company. We were there when they announced the first product we were going to get, the second product. We didn't even have names to it, guys. First of all, we didn't even know the name Nueva before this came out. So, anyways, fast forward. We just launched 30 days ago. And I want to tell you what this team, this incredible team that I see sitting here on this screen right now, and they're not all on here because we grew by 486 people during pre-enrollment, enrollment, whatever you want to call it. We came from basically me and Tanya at the beginning of Nueva, which is only 30 days ago, to 486 people to join the business. Do they all work it? No. Did they all join it? Yes. We gathered 100 customers last month. We created 30 plus rank advancements on this team. Some people who have never even done this industry before. And we created over 82,000 in volume in 30 days, starting at zero. If that doesn't say enough about what's happening right now, then I don't know what does. And we'll save the rest of that for later before we go. If you were not on when I announced, we're going to do 3 giveaways tonight. They're going to be, I don't know, random throughout the night. You must be on the Zoom to win. I'm going to probably be basing it off the chat tonight. So randomly, I'm going to say, ask you a question. You're all going to comment in the chat and I'm going to pick a winner. Okay. Everybody good with that? But first, I want to tell you, like we had, like I said, 30 rank advancements. That is insane in 1 month. And half of these people have never even done this business. So we had gold, Tanya Marie, Barb Williams. I'm going to go fast because we got a lot, okay? Silver, Margaret, Soraya, bronze, Sarah, Melissa, Terry, Heather, Becky, Rebecca. Sorry. I don't know if she ever goes by Becky, but my daughter wrote Becky. Rebecca. And Kelly, team leader, Melissa, Lindsay, Barb, Laura, Kelly, Soraya, Heather, Tammy, senior team leader, Colette, Melissa, Barb, Director 1, Margaret, and Tanya. So let me just tell you a little bit about this. This ranges from 300 in customer sales for the bronze level up to Director, which is 12,000 in the team volume. So here at Nueva, we have 2 sides of a compensation plan. You can just get customers and earn income, or you can build a team and earn income, or you can do both, okay? So that's just a little bit. So now I want to kick it off with my partner in crime. Tanya has been in business with me for 5 years, y'all. We started back in the other company together. She is a mama of five or three boys. I'm thinking about Sarah, all these boy moms on my team. She has three boys. She lives in Minnesota and she's a baseball mom. So she's always on the field and still building this business. She hit gold director one last month with like, I think almost 4,000 in customer sales, 12,000 in team sales. So yeah, Tanya, I want you to share a little bit of your story tonight. How did you find this industry? What's happened to your life since you found it? How do you work it around like three boys and a husband?
Yeah, and crazy enough, last month was actually like our busiest with baseball. So just to pull the director, I'm claiming platinum because it was well over 4,000 in customer sales. I just needed three customers. But I absolutely love our compensation plan. How I found this industry actually goes way back, and I was not actually successful. I don't consider myself a salesperson at all. Like, I tried sales, I was terrible. But in college, I was invited to share kitchen knives. And I'm like a college student. And they're like, it's going to be great for you. So I went door to door, did presentations, cut some ropes, cut some pennies, and all that stuff. And yeah, there was not much success for me there. And I'm like, I'm not very good at this. And then someone talked me into vacuums. And then I did another health company, and I've done 7 companies total. And it wasn't until I met Sandy. And I had 3 boys. I had gained like 65 pounds. My babies were almost all 10 pounds. And I was just feeling not so hot in my body and not so good in my mind. And I actually had like a mental break and kind of felt like I had lost myself because I gave up my career that I went to college for because it wasn't paying enough for daycare. So me and my husband were like, well, it'd probably just be better to just stay home with the boys. You're paying that much for somebody to raise them, and you're only making enough to pay them. So, yeah, we decided to. Oh, I got a notification to let someone in. So we did decide. I didn't make as much as he did, and I was only paying for daycare for someone to raise my children. So we're just going to make it work as a stay-at-home mom. And I absolutely love that because I did always want to be a stay-at-home mom. That was like what was on my heart, and I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I lost myself in the mix of it and just always serving everybody else first. I kind of wanted to work on myself, my mental health, and my physical health. And Sandy's like, oh, well, we met in a Facebook group, and she's like, I think you'd really like this after we got to talking. And when I saw it, I was like, I've done stuff like this, and I don't think this would work out for me. And she's like, no, this is completely different. And she told me about her previous experience that she's been with other companies like it. And I was like, okay, fine. I want to try the products. I'm going to just jump in. Why not? I'm not going to lose anything if I don't have success in the business. What do I have to lose? I'm still going to use the products. And if they work, I'm going to continue to use them. And I fell in love with social retail. I fell in love with the compensation plan. I fell in love with the people, the community, and I did really love the products. And then 4.5, almost 5 years later, that just got ripped away from us. So that was heartbreaking because this was the first time I had ever had success online doing something that I loved, feeling like I was making a positive impact. And I was able to work it around our busy, crazy schedule because my youngest son was about 3. He wasn't yet in school when I started. And it was simple. I didn't have to leave the house. I could work it during his nap times. I could work it in the carpool pickup lines when I was waiting for our older boys. And I just absolutely loved it. So that is how I found Nueva before it was named, just like Sandy. And I knew the people and I knew their hearts. I knew they cared. I knew that, they weren't going to settle for anything less than what we had, and they have made it better. And like I was struggling with, I don't know if I don't want to make like any medical claims, but for the last few months
We're
before
on a
this, I
private
was
Zoom. You can make whatever you want.
okay. Well, I'm not going to make a medical claim because I wasn't diagnosed with anything yet, but I've been in and out of the doctors trying to figure out what's going on with me. And I thought maybe that I have something going on with my thyroid and I've been gaining weight and just, I'm not like crazy unhealthy, but I'm not like perfect, count my calories and do all the things to a T. But I had been putting on a lot of pounds, like 21 pounds in like 2 months. And I was like, where is this coming from? Is there something wrong with my thyroid? They had been doing blood tests and I still don't have any answers. But since I've started the products, I think it was the 12th of last month, July, I'm down 13.9 pounds and I've lost like probably about 10 inches. I didn't do a body scan this weekend or today because we've been busy, but probably about 10 inches total. And a lot of it's actually in my waist. So I'm just thrilled and excited about this little body booster is what I call it. Our little body diamond, the orange one, and the bubbly water, I call it, our nitro, because I haven't had energy like this ever. Like it's an all day clean energy. And usually in the evenings, like I want to take it easy. I want to relax. I want to kick up my feet. And by the time the kids go to bed, I literally just like want to collapse in my bed. And now I can go to my bed peacefully and like not feel like it's sucking me in and I'm a zombie, mom zombie. Um, that's what I call it. So I'm absolutely in love with these products, and just sharing it gives me so much joy because I hear how it's helping other people around me and how it's helping me. It's like, I just want everybody to feel this good. And just the incredible new people I met. I see Michelle is on here. Candy is on here. If I don't see you, there's a lot of faces on here, and I'm super excited to see you all. Um, but I'm meeting new incredible people. We're teaming up, and they're getting great results. I wish we had more time. Michelle definitely has to tell her husband or her fiance's story too for another Zoom. Maybe we'll do it the next one. Um, but yeah, just being able to naturally share it throughout my busy day and hit director one and gold, which I'm saying platinum, with over 12,000 in volume is just it's amazing. And I didn't feel like I was working. And I feel like if you're looking for something to do and you don't want to feel like you're spinning your wheels or you're building someone else's dreams and you want to actually do something that you're passionate about, this is definitely it. Sandy, did you have anything else you wanted me to cover?
No, I love
I don't,
that. I just kind of
okay.
wanted you, and you might have covered this as I was busy typing in the chat, but just kind of, yeah, to sum it up a little bit. I watched Tanya when she joined me back 5 years ago. Within a couple of months, she literally like passed her husband's income as a
Mm,
stay-at-home mom with three boys. So I really wanted to make a point to say that because sometimes some people join this industry, and yeah, maybe they just want a couple $100 a month. Some people join this industry and completely transform their entire life, whether through wealth or health. So I just want to share that. Thank you, Tanya. I'm going to keep
yes.
it moving fast so we can get all the stories in. If we have time at the end, I would love Michelle to share her fiance's story because I
Yes.
believe that's why we're here, right? We want to share our stories. But second on, I'm going to bring on Sarah. Sarah is a mom of five boys. I got it right this time. Sarah is ex-military, retired military, should I say? So thank you for your service. She has had some incredible results. She just spoke on our corporate live the other night with Margie Alaprandy, who's the founder of our company, and shared her results. So I want her to hop on right now and give you a little bit of insight of how she got here, how she found Nueva, and what she's felt like and what's happened since she started using these products. Sarah?
Hi. So yes, I'm a retired military, mom of five boys. So I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom when I retired. And like Tanya said, like sometimes you lose yourself when you become a stay-at-home mom and you lose that community when you're used to being surrounded by people. And so that's when I fell into network marketing. And I joined a few companies. I've had a lot over the years. Let me just say that. Some I worked, some I didn't. But I met Sandy through her posts, and I was like, I followed her for a little bit when she was with Modere, and I was like, no, I'm busy, don't have time for that. But then when she mentioned Nueva, something just stood out about it, and I got that just that gut feeling that I didn't want to miss out on this one. And so I messaged her and told her I needed all the info, and I love the clean products. I tried to stay healthy with five boys, and so I needed whatever help I could get at that point. Genetically, my family does not have good genes. Weight gain is huge, blood pressure issues, diabetes, all of it. Luckily, I have stayed away from all of those issues at this time, and I hope to stay away from those issues. But jumped into Nueva, and the little orange diamond is my magical unicorn with the nitro. I will never go a day without them again, except during my cycle months, of course. But I lost over 10 inches and 6.4 pounds so far. The scale doesn't really matter to me. How I feel is the say all be all. I feel absolutely incredible. I usually crash around 1, 2 o'clock, and with five boys, crashing is not really an answer. So now I outlast them. Like they are in bed before me, and that is such an incredible feeling. Like it's amazing to have sustained energy that I know is clean. And even if I go and reach for an energy drink these days, like they make me crash. Like, I feel terrible after drinking them. I'm like, I don't even want this. And it's like, where's the bubbly water? Because that's what I need. But the products have just been amazing. My mom's been here. My mom and dad are here for the 2 weeks. And my mom, she has half a thyroid. So she has to watch everything that she takes. She had 4 surgeries after her hysterectomy because of bladder issues. She can't get her medication approved from insurance. They want her to take a generic one, which shuts her body down. And the other one that they want her to take is over $700 for 3 months supply. And if she misses a day, she can't function. And she started taking body 2 weeks ago, and she hasn't taken that pill in 2 weeks. Like, that is just incredible to me. She doesn't sleep either. She gets like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, if that, a night. She's been drinking nitro the past 2 nights, and she crashed so hard. She was like, I've never slept this good. She's like, at home, I'm going all day, I'm doing all the things, and I feel like I should just crash and be good. And she's like, but I can't sleep at home. She's like, and here I feel well relaxed, and I get in all these hours of sleep. And I'm like, yeah, it's amazing what it will do for you.
Oh, I guess I was muted. I love that. I love that story. I've shared your story over and over since you shared it. And like the whole part about your mom, like we all want our parents to feel good and to be healthy. So that's an amazing testimony. And I'm so glad you shared it with us, Sarah. All right,
Thank
let's
you.
keep it moving. Colette, you're next. Unmute yourself. Colette is going to tell you a little bit about her journey here. It's been quite the adventure in the last 30 days, Colette. Share what's happened to your life in 30 days.
Uh, my whole life in 5 minutes. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, the way I found Nueva is I've been associated with John Melton probably for the last 14 years. So when things happened with Modere, I messaged him and I'm like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. I'll let you know. I've got my phone is blowing up. So in the meantime, I'd been seeing a lot of Sandy across my feed all the time, and we'd chatted a little bit. And so when it came time to sign up, I signed up under Sandy because she is such a selfless leader, and I I just felt like I've had some health issues in the last several years, and I just felt like I needed somebody to hold my hand. Like, I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've never really been successful at all. And I just felt like with her energy and her help and her guidance that I would be able to become successful. And lo and behold, in the first month, I ranked up further than I'd ever done in all of the years that I was with the previous company. I made more money than I've ever made before in network marketing. And I'm like so excited about that. And the products that we have are amazing. I've been taking body. Let's see, I wrote down here. I started on, what does that say? Oh, July 11th. And since July 11th, so it's not quite a month, I've lost 10 pounds and 10 inches. And most of that weight, or most of the inches, is around my waist and my hips, which, hello, that's a great thing.
Mm.
And especially at my age. So, yeah, I'm 67 years young. I'll be 68 in November. So I'm proof you can teach an old dog some new tricks. And um, this team is so supportive. I've never been around a group of women who have supported each other more and held each other up, helped each other out. It's just been amazing. And so if you are seeing all these amazing stories here tonight, don't give it another thought. Like, this team and this company will take you by the hand, and you will just be in love, because we have such an amazing system, and everything is just awesome.
So in 30 days, Colette, who's never had success before, ended as a senior team leader. What else? Were you gold?
No, I didn't make gold. But
Okay.
I've never made senior team leader, and I can't even, like, people say, oh, well, the cost of the founders pack was a lot of money. Well, guess what? The amount of money that I earned in that month far outweighed the amount of money that it cost to join. So it's a no-brainer. Just do it. You'll be so
Absolutely.
happy you did.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your story. And congratulations on an awesome month, Colette.
Thank you so much, and thank you.
You are very welcome. We're having a whole lot of fun. It was a crazy month. I will say that. It was a crazy month. And the last day of the month, it was on Thursday, guys. And I know this probably doesn't sound fun to you, but it is fun when you're building a business. That we didn't end until 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the way this team stayed in the trenches that night with me, boy, I was like blown away. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm looking to see who's next, if you guys are wondering. Um, okay, Barb. Barb is
Yeah,
next. Where are you? There
I'm
you are.
here.
You're behind my meeting
I'm
chat
here.
thing.
Okay, so
Just tell us a
it's
little
getting
bit about
feedback.
you, where you come from, and how you found Nueva, and what's happening for you.
I started network marketing probably about, let's see, 9 years ago. And I found it right after I had a brain hemorrhage. And it was health and wellness. And that is something that I was looking for at the point. We had a great team and it fell apart. And since that was about 3 years. Well, since then, I've not really been able to find a company that I cared anything about. When I heard that this team was going to be behind John Melton, I jumped at the chance. It was really funny because y'all say that when you are a home mom, you kind of lose yourself. Well, my husband retired and I practically lost myself because we moved to a new town. We didn't have anybody around and I needed something. And this just fell in my lap at the exact right time. And when I met Sandy, um, and Colette said it, she's a selfless leader. I just knew that this was the right place to be. Um, One of the biggest surprises that I've experienced was Sandy, and that how she's so willing to give of herself and to help anybody who asks questions. Um, my biggest struggle before this was getting rid of my belly. It wasn't a mom belly because my youngest is 37, but all of the health products that I've taken have done nothing for my belly. Now, it may have reduced some weight, but never my belly. And the first week, I lost 2.5 inches in my waist, and then I'm up to 4 inches in my waist right now. So it is definitely hitting that visceral fat stuck between your organs. And if you're on the fence about this, I'm telling you, the only thing you're doing is prolonging your great performance and your great results. So don't wait. Just jump on it because you won't be sorry. And just like Colette said, my pay that I got more than paid for my 550 package as well. So come on in and join the fun.
I keep forgetting I'm on mute. Anyways, I love that, Barb. You've been a complete pleasure to work with. You're so coachable. And Barb was in the trenches till 3 a.m. I mean, I can't even name everybody who was in the trenches with me at 3 a.m. because I literally was delirious, guys. Like I just felt delirious. I was so tired. But, anyways, I just asked in the meeting chat. I'm going to let you guys know if you're a guest on here, I am hosting the giveaways in the chat. So if you look on the bottom of your screen, it'll say chat. If you go into that chat, that is where I'm giving away products. Okay. Just because if we let everyone mute and everyone shout out, it's going to be a little bit crazy. So I'm doing them in the chat as everyone is sharing their stories. So make sure if you're a guest on here that you are participating in the chat. If you are a social marketer on here, you might want to send your people just a little message and let them know. Okay. All right. Who is next? He was next. Let's look. I didn't write this part down. Let me share a little bit about, I've been using our two products, the Nitro and the Body. The Body is actually a peptide. Amino 5 and Slew 332 are the two ingredients in the little orange diamond that you keep hearing everyone talk about. Today is my day 20th, I think. I don't know. It might be 22 or 23, okay? I don't know. I got started about 20 days ago. And I've been in the health and wellness space now for 12 years. I've used a lot of products and I am a small person. Okay. I'm 5 foot tall. If you've never seen me before, I'm very, very short, but I am 47 and I am postmenopausal now. And let me just tell you, any of those of you who've been through menopause, that shit is not fun. Okay. It changes everything about you. And so, although I am small and I'm petite, I had this belly that I don't care if I didn't eat. I don't care if I ate clean. I don't care if I exercised. It just wasn't going to budge. It looked like I was pregnant. Started taking the Body and the Nitro, and literally within like 3 days had lost 4 pounds. And when I woke up in the morning and looked in the mirror, I'm like, whoa, what is going on? Not to mention, I slept all the way through the night for the first time in about 9 years. Because, yeah, I've been in menopause, perimenopause, menopause, about 9 years now. Started at 39 years old, actually. Yeah, so even longer. But, anyways, slept completely through the night. I've been sleeping through the night like a baby every night. I'm not waking up, okay? And then the greatest thing is when my eyes open in the morning, I do this full time. So I do not set an alarm. I haven't set an alarm now for 12 years. When I okay, so sorry, squirrel, read a text. When I wake up in the morning, I feel so energetic. Like normally, you wake up, if you don't have to get up, maybe you roll over, maybe hit your alarm. I don't have an alarm, but maybe you just close your eyes, go back to sleep, whatever you want to call it. No, I am jumping out of bed in the morning. This is like 18 to 20 hours of sustained energy, but still allowing me to go to bed at night, guys. These products are untouchable. When I tell you that it's going to take over this industry, I mean it. And I would love to see you back here in a year from now so that I can prove that I'm right, because I know it's the truth. Nobody has it on the market. It's a first to market product, both of them. We also have Snow Collagen, another first to market product. We have 3 products. We're 30 days old. Like we're brand freaking new. Like this opportunity, like Apple before you knew what Apple was. Like I can't even explain it. So, anyways, I wanted to share my product story before I forgot. And then I'm bringing up somebody else. Melissa, I think no, you're not next. I mean, whoever knows they're next can just go because I got to look it up. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I wrote down.
it was supposed to be Jen, but she can't, is having a hard time getting in.
Well,
So,
let's let Michelle share then in
yeah.
Jen's place. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Michelle, you want to share? I want to hear your fiance's story and your story. Tell us about you.
Well, let's see. My prior history was I was a deputy for Paulding County, here, our local county, for 15 years. I worked patrol for most of that. After that, I became a drug court coordinator for 3 years, which this is going to sound a little crazy, but just take it as you can. Because if my fiance were to tell you, he would say we're real life cops and robbers. So he was actually a participant in the drug court program. So it's basically a program where you try to get clean in the same environment where you became sick. You take this option instead of taking prison time to get sober. So He was married. Him and his wife didn't work out because his wife also had the same addiction. And so he graduated the program in August of 2022, and I actually left the agency and the county in September of 23 after my dad had become terminally ill and was given the diagnosis of 7 months to live, or 6 months to live, but he made it 7. So during that time, you know, a lot of the participants did like they do. They keep contact. It's a bond that's created because they know you're a safe place. So fast forward to last year, he and I just actually started dating. So, and I always thought it was funny because his mom, the entire time, she tried to get him in this program, which was August of 2020 when COVID was happening. Yeah, great times. She was like, "Oh, I know this great guy. They call him the gas man." And I'm like, "I'm a former police. Like, that's a felon? I don't think so." And then I would go back to the team and be like, "This woman's lost her shit. She thinks I'm gonna date her son. He's a felon." That that felon is actually sitting on the front porch listening to music, and I can't tell you guys how grateful I am. He had a motorcycle accident. He was found unresponsive. They weren't sure how long he had been unresponsive. So they were able to get him back, got him stabilized. He was life flighted to Kennestone Hospital, where we spent the next 38 days. When he first got there, they vented him and he was admitted into ICU. And I didn't leave his side. His mom was there. She'd come by and she'd be like, "You've been here for 3 days and you haven't changed your clothes?" And I'm like, "I'm not leaving. Like, until he wakes up, I'm not leaving." Every time there was anything that happened, I was in that room. So when he first opened his eyes, I was there. When I went to leave the room one time, I'd always tell him, you know, like, "I stayed there so much. These people thought I moved in." I'm like, "I'm not leaving. Like, I'll sit right there in that chair and sleep. I will sleep anywhere." I would brush my teeth in the sink right next to his bed and be like, "So what are we doing today?" Even though he was unconscious. But he suffered a traumatic brain injury, and I thought, he's not, like, is he going to wake up and even know me? And 38 days later, we come home from the hospital, and he suffers short-term memory loss from this traumatic brain injury. So often he can't remember what he's had to eat, what we did the day before. But you guys, I cannot get over this. We were released from the hospital on February 19th. He started taking the nitro. Like, I refuse to take it right now because I'm like, I'm waiting for that other shipment to come in. This is all about him because I am willing to do anything for him. And when he started taking it the day of, now mind you, like I said, he doesn't remember things. So if I say, "Hey, would you mind vacuuming the house while I'm at work today?" Because his mom stays with him during the day and I'm here at night. So I work 10 hours overtime a week to make the bills in this house for us and the kids. And it's wonderful. I came home that night and I have cameras around the house too, you know, like the outside, because I'm the police. Okay. That's what happens. We're a little paranoid too. So he is out here and he is pulling the weeds out of the flower bed. He is doing stuff around the house. And I'm just like, what is happening? Like, right now, who are you? And it has just been a world of difference. Every day there is something. Today when I came home, we sat down and he said, "I need you to get real close and I need you to look in my eyes. And I want you to look. Do you see all the different colors in there? Did you realize that there's actually blue around my eyes?" He's paying attention to detail. "You couldn't even tell me before what you had earlier that day to eat. And now completely different person. And he's happy, and everybody talks about the glow on his face, like his kids. They were like, they see pictures of him, when they can't be here, and they're just like, what? There's no bags. Like his face looks so amazing.
Wow.
So it's it's
What is
been
he taking? Is he taking the nitro and the
He's just taking the nitro right now. So I had a package, and actually, I didn't make any threats to the postal office earlier today, but I did tell them I do not understand why my package said it was being delivered on Saturday, and then it went to a different post office than the one that I use that ships my mail. And
but
then
you're gonna have him start on the body.
absolutely. When that next shipment comes in, I'm going to start him on the body, and I'm going to start on that nitro. And then I turned around, I went all big. I told Tanya when I joined, prior history, it's the police.
You're using the body?
I'm absolutely using the body. And today I was down 6 pounds. Mad at myself. Tanya, do not be mad at me because I'm already mad enough at myself. Did not measure myself, but I did weigh myself, and I'm down 6 pounds, and I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference in how my clothes feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so grateful because honestly, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning now, where I used to get up at 5:30 and hit that alarm about 5 times. And I'm like you, when my alarm goes off, I'm like, oh yes, what we got on the board for today. Like, I'm excited to get up, and it doesn't matter if I've gone to bed at 12:30, 1 o'clock the night. Well, a few hours before that, because most of the time that's when I get stuff done. Is I try to get it done while everybody else in the house is asleep. I leave for work, and I'm gone from 6 o'clock in the morning until about 6 o'clock in the evening. So there's not a lot of downtime for me, but this has given me such amazing energy, and to be able to be a better caregiver, but not even have to be so much of a caregiver because of the nitro that he is using is astounding. I just cannot say enough about it.
Oh, that's like an amazing testimony. Something that you didn't think would ever happen, right?
Ever, ever. And I dug deep before I signed up with Tanya. She came across my newsfeed, and I'm like, there's just something about her. Like, I just felt a connection. And then when we started talking, I'm like, So me doing the police brain thing for me is I am digging and digging and digging. And then I saw Melissa's story about the TBI, and I was just amazed. And I am forever grateful for the biggest leap of faith, because I went all in. I'm talking, I ordered the signature set. I knew that that was the way to go. I ordered the bundle, and then I went ahead and ordered the black cherry nitro as soon as it was available again. And I'm staying on top of it, because anything that I can do to help him and to make a difference in people's lives, because that's the real reason that I took the job as a deputy, is I just wanted to make a difference. Believe me, it wasn't for the great pay or the blue lights and sirens that doesn't get you anything in life but, getting hated on. But that's fine with me if I can help people.
I get it. I was a cop wife in the beginning of
You know how it is then, don't you?
yeah. Yeah, it's so get it. Well, I love that story. Wow. I think that you can really change a lot of people's lives here, especially with those
Absolutely
incredible
plan on doing
testimonies.
that.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
welcome to our family.
I am so grateful to be here.
We're so happy to have you. All right, I'm going to try to hurry this up, guys. I know it's been almost an hour. Actually, I got started a little bit late, so we haven't been on an hour yet because I was jamming some music. But we're going to bring up, last but not least, Melissa. Melissa, I want you to hop on and share all of your story, because she has another incredible story, guys. Do not hop off. I'm going to do one more giveaway on the live chat while she's sharing her story. So tune in there. And Melissa, are you there?
I am here.
Awesome. Go ahead and kick it off.
Okay, guys, my name's Melissa. I'm coming in from South Carolina. I was fortunate enough to get involved in this industry like 30 years ago, and I learned so much in my early 20s. I'll never regret that, because it taught me so much. And I even, for if there's any young people on here, I was even able to use that on a resume to get a job. So it teaches you so much. But anyway, throughout that 30 years, I took many breaks, and I was in the company that Sandy was talking about, and I built a pretty decent business. I didn't get as far as I was now, but I had a lot of customers. So I was getting a decent amount of income on customers. However, I started a boutique online, and that became my main source of income. So that's where most of my time went, but I still got a paycheck from Modere. Um, and what ended up happening was, we know the tariffs hit, and Modere closed their doors on the exact same day. And I lost both streams of income on the same day. And I was panicked. And I reached out to everybody and their brother. And, when Sandy first told me about Nueva, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know. But the more I watched, the more I listened, I fell in love. And then when they announced what the products were going to be, I'm like, okay, God has done this, because I'd been researching hydrogen water for about a year. My husband actually started because of the TBI, and I heard the benefits it could help with the brain. And then I had been researching peptides, because also, again, someone had told him, and I'm like, well, let's look into it. And then boom, we coming out with hydrogen water and peptides. I'm like, no, I'm in. I'm all in. And that is literally what I did. So I was tired of being in a position that I may lose my income again, because we still don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they could decide tomorrow to put those tariffs on, and then boom, I have no business. So I took a leap of faith and begged my husband. I'm like, please just put this on the charge card, because I know it's worth it. I feel it in my guts. And he said, I feel it too. I think you're onto something. And honestly, it happened so fast. I mean, don't get me wrong, I worked, right? Like, I didn't just sit back and it happened, but I was literally posting my updates every day. That was it. That's what I still do. I post my updates every day. Day 8, today is day 19. Okay, I've lost 11 pounds and about 10.4 inches, but I measure again on Wednesday. So I cannot wait to see, because my daughter walked in here tonight and she hadn't seen me in about a week. And she's like, dang, Mom, you've lost more weight. Your clothes are fit. And like, I have a shirt on that I haven't wore in quite a while because it was too tight. So the product side, guys, I said I wasn't going to get emotional, but you have no idea how life changing these products are for me. After brain surgery, I spent 3 years of complete health, like complete. I couldn't walk after surgery. My brain stopped telling my heart to regulate my blood pressure, my heart rate, all the things. And then I ended up with adrenal tumors and another brain tumor. So I was medically, or I am medically, in a mess. So I felt bad every day. And I was also in fight or flight. So every day, come 3 or 4 o'clock, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but come 3 or 4 o'clock, like, I would crash and I was done. Like, don't talk to me. And I keep 3 grandkids. 2 of them are deaf. I mean, sorry. 2 of them are girls, 10 and 6. And then my grandson is deaf, and he's 2. He's a toddler. And that right there is the equivalent of 5 kids. But I watch them, I run my boutique, and I do this in between. I've actually made my money back. I was looking at that tonight, and I'm really surprised I've made my money back. But honestly, Sandy, I want to make all the money, but if I never made another dime, like, I would never stop taking these products. Like, they have literally, my granddaughter told the hairdresser the other day, Amy's like, how are you doing on them? And I was telling her how I felt, and I feel so good, and I've got all this energy. And Addie goes, and Gigi hasn't been fussing at us, which I don't fuss at them a lot, but I am short tempered. And I haven't been. I mean, I've just been way more pleasant, And my husband, I have to speak on my husband, because I started him on it thinking, okay, if I can get him in, I'm golden. He took it the first day he took it. And this man drinks 2 Starbucks drinks a day, y'all, which is $15 a day. Okay. And he doesn't drink them anymore. He doesn't have to. He gets up at 3 o'clock, and matter of fact, he just walked in here a while ago, but he's still awake, and he gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. That never happened. He was falling asleep at 7 o'clock on the couch before. I mean, he's losing inches. He's not losing the weight like I am, but the man loves sugar. Like, he is a sugar addict. So it may take him a little bit longer, but I see the difference. He's not nearly as bloated, and he feels good. And he even told me, he said, I'm no longer snapping at people at work. So I don't really know which product's causing that calmness, but there's a calmness with it. I mean, my brother, I was so surprised. My brother said that I need it if it's going to make me calm. I'm like, dude, it makes me calm. I live in a house, y'all, with my husband, my oldest daughter, her 2 kids, my mom, and my husband. I mean, thank God I have a big house, but it can get stressful. So it's been a blessing. And this team, I can't say enough about it. I think it was Colette that said it, or no, it was Sandy. Being able to choose the team, you're right. I would have done things in those other companies way differently if I'd have only known and been able to see who and what. I've never had the kind of support that I have now. I've never had a system that was so easy that a 9-year-old could do it or 99-year-old could do it. So I've enjoyed it. I'm a lifer, and I think anybody who's thinking about it, what are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for? We will work with you and for you, and you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. Is there anything else you wanted me to touch on? Did I cover
That's
it
it.
all?
I just had to unmute myself because I always start to talk and then I have mute on. But anyways, guys, I don't want to hold you here any longer. But if you're a guest on tonight, I recommend that you get back with the person who invited you. Let them share with you our social retail page. There's a ton of testimonies in there. It shows you our simple ATM system. They're going to add you to the group. It's a group of, like I said, a lot of testimonies, a lot of information about who we are and how this was all created, what products we have, some doctors speaking on the products. And then it is, I'm going to tell you, it is free to enroll right now. It is free to get you a social marketer account. I will never tell you it is free to start a business because it is not, okay? Because you have to use the products in order to share the products, but you can enroll with the person who invited you for free and then decide what products you want to get started on. We have just 3 products. Right now. We will be coming out with another peptide this month. We'll be launching a peptide called Beauty that's going to work. The one we have now works from the inside out. This one's going to work on the outside for our beauty. But, anyways, so a lot of good things coming. We're so brand new. We're 30 days old. We are a debt-free company. We are all self-funded, so you're not going to have the worry of a investor closing you down, which is what happened to us in the old company that made us lose our income and really struggle for a couple of months before Nueva was created. But we have an amazing team. We are called Level Up Nation. We have a very close knit community. I like to have a lot of fun. I like my team to just be themselves. And we always have free tacos and margaritas when we meet up for events. So it's just a really good time because here's what I feel. Work, if you're doing this business and you're not having fun, then you're not doing something right? How great is it to have a career that you can work from your phone from wherever you are? I typically work on the beach. And then literally become friends with amazing humans, watch life-changing transformations, either through health or wealth, and it really becomes a family. And so if you're interested in getting on the team and earning some income, I can tell you I've made anywhere from $500,000 a year, one year from my phone. So if people tell you that this industry does not work, they're just uneducated and do not understand it. If you work this and you share and you use the products, it will work for you too. So I am thankful for every single one of you who hung out this long, listened to all these amazing stories. This is recorded. We will get you out the recording, but for now, I just want to say thank you for hopping on and get back to the person who invited you.